And let's now talk a little bit about StorMagic specifically, because you guys identified them as a top 5 HCI software award winner. So what was, I guess, some specific features or capabilities that helped StorMagic earn that distinction?
Sure. Well, there were several of them, and attendees can, of course, read the report themselves and read some of the features that we highlighted. But we noted StorMagic for their minimal hardware requirements, simple high availability, their simple management oversight, and their extensive partner network. And I would invite Bruce to comment on each of those and tell us a little bit more, as well as just some of the other reasons that companies select StorMagic.
Yeah, that's awesome. Appreciate it. I mean, I'll try not to take too much time here, but yes. So the example I already gave with sheets, one thing I didn't mention is that, I mean, the big reason we won there is the minimal hardware requirements. Think about it. It's an edge location. It's a retail store. They don't have the space, but frankly, it was budget. They have hundreds of stores. I'm not going to get the number exactly right, but it's more than 600. They have hundreds of stores, and adding that extra server to every store adds up. It's a lot of money that they saved by having a single little witness that they manage in a data center somewhere that manages the cluster and the quorum and all that. We prevent split brain and all that kind of jazz. But it came down to CapEx. They saved a lot of money because of less hardware needs at each store. So there's one example there. In the world of simple management, I mean, here's a much smaller environment. This is in healthcare. There is an end user called St. Joseph's House, I believe it is. It's in Germany, and it's a single location, a healthcare provider with one location. So this could be healthcare, this could be a law firm, this could be a single retail outlet, doesn't matter, but a single location that they were struggling with downtime on their previous solution, which was an external SAN and a couple servers. They were struggling with downtime for a long time, and they had frustrated doctors and patients, and they were not delivering proper healthcare in their world. They replaced their older systems with 2 new servers and StorMagic built in, and they were able to get that high availability, but simplicity, that their team didn't have to think too much about it. It just installs and run. On the simplicity comment, I'll just make a side story here, which is I hear from our renewals team that when we're asking customers after 3 years, we typically have to contact them if they bought a 3-year support contract. Hey, it's time to renew your contract. And they're like, who's StorMagic who? And it turns out they forgot that we were installed because it just sits in the background. It's not something that the IT administrators have to touch every day. You set it up. Yeah, if you need to add storage, you have to go in there monkeying around. Like we said, you have to do updates once in a while. But in general, it's something that just does its job in the background. Most of our customers just say, set it, forget it. It just does its thing. Another example is the Amsterdam Airport, Schiphol. I think it's pronounced Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam.
Schiphol, I know, or Schiphol, yeah, something like that.
Thank you. There you go. Yeah, so they use us for simple high availability in that they run all of their infrastructure. So we're not in the air traffic control tower. That's not the airport's responsibility, but they do control the baggage claim, the power generation, AC, heating, all the infrastructure is run off of some servers, and they needed, again, high availability. They don't want upset customers that can't get their bags or there's no heating and air conditioning, et cetera. So they look to us for the high availability aspect of what we deliver. And I guess one other one, an interesting use case that a lot of people would more resonate around edge, more IoT-like thing, which is wind farms. There's a company called RWE Renewables, and they use us in all of their wind farms around the world, where it's literally making sure that the windmills, I think that's what they're called, are generating the proper amount of electricity, spinning at the right rates. We're tracking all of that. And they can't get parts out there. They can't fix things if they break. They don't have the ability to do that. It takes days to get technicians out there. So high availability was even more important for them, because if something goes down, it could be a week before they have it back up and running. So they needed that 100% uptime, high availability, and the remote manageability that we deliver. So there's some good case studies that explain exactly what you were talking about.